Hello guys, my name is Bangi and today I'm going to discuss boundaries to set with social media. These are the boundaries I set for myself, and I feel maybe other people might be inspired to get a few things that they could use so that they have a healthier relationship with social media. We see a lot of people talking about the toxicity of social media and how it affects the mental health of many people. A lot of people have gone into depression. A lot of people have had issues comparing their lives to the next person's life. But the moment you set boundaries, I feel the relationship that you have with social media becomes better. So for me, number one, only join apps that you like. Now, for me, I have LinkedIn. I have LinkedIn for work. I barely even log on to my LinkedIn. I only log on if I have messages that notify me of an invitation, maybe someone I've worked with. And I have Instagram. I'm a visual person. I love taking pictures. I love traveling. I love going out with my family, and everything that I capture, not everything, but majority of the things that I capture, I love to share on my Instagram. I have family on my Instagram. I have friends. I have people that I went to primary and high school with, not a lot, but a few. So I love Instagram to be able to connect with people that I know. I also enjoy following a few, and I emphasize on the point few. I only follow a few people. I don't follow influencers. I don't follow people who I don't align with. Some people I follow I may not necessarily align with, but I just enjoy them. So it just depends on your mental health, what you can handle. If you're a person who can't handle someone showing your lifestyle, don't follow lifestyle content creators. If you're a person who posts their achievements and that triggers you, then be selective of the people that you choose to follow. But I also would implore you to also work on yourself so that what people share and people's highlights does not trigger you. When you create a life where you are happy, you enjoy your life, you'll not be so frustrated, or you won't feel so small based on what people are doing with their own lives, because you also have your own things that you are doing in your own personal life. I have WhatsApp for communication with family. I have I don't know if emails could classify as social media. I don't think so, but emails is also communication. And YouTube, I have YouTube. YouTube is one of my, I wouldn't say it's my first, but it's one of the early apps I got, and it's the one that I use for watching long form content. I watch my sermons on YouTube. I watch vlogs. I watch podcasts. So all these that I've mentioned now, those are apps that make sense to me. If a person comes to me and wants to recommend an app, I don't join apps just based on recommendation. So if someone comes to me and says, hey, there's this thing called TikTok join, I first find out what is it about. If it doesn't align with things that I enjoy, for instance, for me, I don't care too much for short form content, so TikTok wouldn't make sense. I enjoy here and there, and now Instagram has reels, so I get my short form content from my Instagram and from YouTube. Okay, second point, use your social media in a way that makes sense to you. Post when you want to post. Do not force yourself to always be online. I feel a lot of people are treating themselves like influencers or content creators. If you're not a content creator, if you're not an influencer, don't force yourself to always be visible. Don't force yourself to be always relevant. Take time to step away from social media. Come when you feel maybe there's something that you want to check, but don't use social media as if you are an influencer. I made the mistake once, and I quickly realized that this is not for me. So I only log on to my social media once, most 3 times a week. And for me, that makes sense, that I enjoy. Also, I engage with content that I enjoy. That way, I feel when I engage with content that I enjoy, the algorithm, it follows what I engage with. I went on my Instagram today. I enjoyed everything that I saw. Yes, there's some things that are not relevant to me, but majority of the things that I saw are in line with things that I enjoy. I love humor. I love people sharing reels where they having fun, people who are traveling, people who share like motivations here and there. So I engage with things that I love, so that the things that show up on my page is determined by the things that I've engaged with. Same even with YouTube. I only engage with content I like. If there's something that appears on my timeline and it's something that I don't really care for, I scroll past it. I feel that the moment you engage with something that you don't like, the platform that you're on will push that, because for them they think that that's what you like. But always engage with things that you like. I've written down some points, so I hope you don't mind if I look down. So do not force yourself to be relevant. It goes back to that whole thing of reminding yourself that you are not an influencer, you are not a content creator. So use the app in a way that mentally is healthy for you and it makes sense for your purpose of using that app. Next point, engage with people that you know. A majority of people, I feel they get disheartened with social media because there's something that they are trying to gain from social media. They're trying to gain an audience, they're trying to gain they're trying to get interaction with people, and these people are not influencers or content creators, and they begin to neglect people that they know in their real lives. So I would implore you, if in your Instagram you know people, engage with them, because you want people to engage with your post, you want people to engage with your stories, but you are not engaging with them. At some point people are going to feel as though you think you are important. So it's always important that you also engage with people that you know, and also in real life engage with people that you know, so that you feel as though you have people outside social media. Because sometimes we become so invested in social media that we think we know all these people, and then you start sitting on your own at home and you feel depressed because you have seen all these people that you don't know, their highlight reels, and it has made you feel like you are behind in life. But when you take time to also engage with the posts of people that you know, you begin to realize that, oh, by the way, I'm not an influencer, I'm not a content creator, so let me just enjoy this as if I'm paging through a magazine. And for me, I feel the moment I started doing that, I started enjoying the apps that I have on my phone. And then it goes, okay, so my next point is use social media in a way that fits your lifestyle and your mental health, like your capacity. So how you want to be visible. Are you going to be private? Are you going to be public? If you know you are a person that is easily triggered, like you've got a thin skin, that's me, don't have a public account. When you have a public account, anyone and everyone can see what you are posting, and you cannot control what goes out. You cannot control the perception that is out there. So if you know that you want to contain, you want to be more in control of your social media, have a private account. And also, if you cannot handle criticism, when you're public, it's not that you're always going to get praise or, you know, kind people coming and engaging with your content. You do get people who are trolls. So if you're a person where you can't handle that, I would implore you to have a private account. Now, if you're a person who has the mind of being a content creator, being an influencer, or wanting more engagement and wanting to put yourself out there and also have a thick skin, then by all means have a public account. But just remember, how you choose to be visible, it also depends on the things that you can handle. If you can't handle pressure, don't put yourself in a position where you're constantly going to have your confidence knocked, you know. Do things that make sense for you. So last point, and this is the point that I would encourage everyone to absorb, to carry with them, and to, you know, ponder on every time they use social media. Do not take it seriously. A lot of people are taking social media way too seriously. I have lost count of the amount of people I've seen talking about, I'm deleting Instagram because it's not good for my mental health. I'm leaving TikTok because it's toxic, this, that, and the other. And I respect people who are aware of what they can handle and what they cannot handle. But I think it's also important that as people, we start knowing what to take seriously and what is just a hobby. Treat social media as a hobby. Allow it to work in your favor. If it's for marketing yourself, if it's for trying to venture into a business and you need an audience to be able to, to sell your products to, then don't take it too seriously. Just tell yourself that this is a tool I'm using to achieve a purpose. This is a tool I'm using as a hobby to have fun. This is a tool that I can walk away the next day. When you stop taking social media too seriously, for me personally, I think you begin to enjoy it. Stop comparing yourself to other people and stop projecting on other people. I feel this is something that most people do, where they start sitting and they projecting and they start saying, oh, people are sharing their highlight reels, but we know that it's fake. Not everyone is, living a good life as they are portraying on life. But maybe you projecting because you're thinking maybe that's what you would do. You would fake your happiness online just so that you can look interesting and relevant. Don't do that. Just don't take it seriously. It's just, social media, and it has its disadvantages, but you can choose. Are you going to allow it to control and consume you, or are you going to be in control of this app? Those are all the tips that I have. I hope that it helps someone. I hope that it makes people have a new outlook on social media, and also to decide if indeed it's not going to work for you, it's going to harm your mental health and how you view your life and so on and so forth, then by all means delete it. But when you start setting boundaries, you begin to enjoy social media because you determine how you use it. Okay, that's all for me today. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.